It's time to compare and contrast the Nintendo Switch 2 and the original Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. Let's take a quick look. We have them both in the Joy-Con grip. You can see just at a glance, this is a larger overall controller. A couple other unique things between the two of them is the fact that this one, obviously on the original Switch, they slid in via the rails, and same type of thing as on the system itself. On the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, they just go into the magnetic rail, so you don't have to necessarily slide them in. You also have this flat spot where this grip was completely rounded. Plus button is 5.5 millimeters on the Switch 2, 5 millimeters on the original Switch. Original Switch, we're looking at 7 millimeters for the buttons compared to 8 millimeters on the buttons. The thumbstick, call it 17.3 millimeters on the Switch 2 versus 14.7. Overall length on the original Joy-Con, 101 millimeters. On the Switch 2, 115 millimeters, so significantly larger. And then of course on the right Joy-Con, you also have the C button, which is missing from the original. SL and SR buttons, I mean, you can visibly see how much larger those are on the Switch 2 versus the original Switch. And then finally, you do have the optical sensor here for mouse mode. Let's take a look at the left Joy-Cons now. Minus button on the original. Let's call that 5.2 millimeters. 5.5 millimeters. And I'm assuming the up, down, left, right are going to be 8.2 millimeters there versus 7.1. So 1.1 millimeters larger that way. And height, I'm expecting the same height as on the right. So 100.7 and 115.2. So fairly similar left to right between the two of them, and you can physically just see the difference here. One other minor thing, of course, is you've got the release here to eject it versus the push button here. Kind of wish there would have been a button, but I can understand why. And again, you can see the SL and SR buttons a lot larger on the Joy-Con 2 versus the original Joy-Con. The original Joy-Con grip, let's call that 143 millimeters. 143. Let me know, what do you think about the Joy-Cons and the Joy-Con 2s? Do you prefer one versus the other? Have you used one versus the other? Comment down below.